Welcome back to another episode of the Corey Freeman Podcast. I am your host, Corey Freeman. I hope that everybody is having a great and fantastic day. I hope that whatever it is you're doing, you're giving it all you got. Here at the Corey Freeman Podcast, we have a motto, and the motto for the Corey Freeman Podcast is "We back at it again." And we happy to be back at it again. We happy to be doing something. We happy to have a purpose. We happy to be moving forward. We happy to still be alive. We happy to still be kicking and scratching. We have our contributor to the Corey Freeman Podcast. We have our friend. We have our brother. We have Brandon Neville back with us again, a.k.a. Babz. What's going on, Babz?
I can't complain. I can't make too much noise, man. Just getting just knocking off, just back the truck up in. So it's always a good thing whenever you're done for the day.
Yes,
My
indeed.
work is done.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So did you have a good day?
Yeah, it was pretty good, Corey. It was very good. Another successful day. Another successful day. And
Yes,
yourself.
yes, it's all good. It's all good,
That's what I'm
man.
talking about.
It's all good, man. So, you know, um, it's just good to be alive, man. You know,
Yes, it
it's,
is.
it's, it's good to be alive. So I'm just happy to still be in the land of the living. I know I say the same thing on every podcast, but it's just the truth. And we're seeing you got to come out you. So I'm just like I said, I'm just happy to
Hmm.
be alive. I'm happy to have a purpose. I'm happy to be doing something positive. I'm happy to just happy. So how's the family?
Well, everybody good. So that's always a blessing. Everybody's good. My son, he been doing good in school. They got a thing where when they come home and they send green, that mean they had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Blue, they've been doing a little cutting up. Yellow, oh yeah, they off the chain. And I think the one after that is red. But
Yeah.
he been coming back on green, so been doing good. Doing good with his tests and everything. So everything is good. I'm always happy whenever what I'm saying, they go to school and do good and they ain't, don't come back acting a fool, or you read the paperwork and it show that they just went to school for lunch. So 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 that's always a good thing.
Yes, indeed.
and and how's your family, bro?
Everybody doing good, man. Everybody doing good.
That's what I'm
Yes,
talking about.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
I'm talking about.
London doing the same thing. She come back with a bracelet today, so they gave her a bracelet.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed. So it was good.
yeah,
It's always good,
that's
but
a good feeling.
yeah, it's a good feeling. Whenever your kids doing good at
Yeah,
school. So
yeah,
vacations, everything doing good, wife doing good. So it's all good, man. I live by that motto, bro. I
yeah,
always say when people ask me how it is, it's all good. That's it's all
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
indeed.
So we're not gonna mess around. We're gonna jump right into it. Um, this episode is called "A Forward March," a conversation with Babz. A forward march, and my friends, the objective is to always move forward. The objective is to always carry on. The objective is to always keep on or to keep on keeping on. The objective is to never give up, to never give in, but to keep on moving forward, to keep on marching forward. That I might be going slow, but I'm steady mobbing. I might be in pain, but it's a forward march. That I might get weary, but it's a forward march. That I might even get frustrated, but it's an onward march. That I might break down, but it is a forward march. And my friends, even in your car, you may reverse every now and then, but the objective is to move forward. That marching bands are on a forward march. Soldiers in the army are on a forward march. And all of us on this journey of life must also be on a forward march. that many have halted and we cannot accomplish anything from a position of halt. I think I'm going to tell you that again. I said that many of us have halted and we cannot accomplish anything from a position of halt. But we must be on a forward march. There must be a forward motion. And beloved, all of our attention must be on that which is ahead and not on the past. The Apostle Paul said, he said, I'm pressing forward toward the mark. So he's saying, I'm forgetting about the past and I'm focusing on what is ahead. And beloved, you cannot move forward while looking backwards. I said you can't move forward by looking backwards. You can't move ahead while in reverse. And you won't have a future if you're stuck in the past. I said you will not have a future if you're stuck in the past. And don't let yesterday use up too much of your today. I think a lot of us are still thinking about what happened yesterday, how this could have went better and that could have went this and this could have went like that. But don't use too much of your yesterday on today. And your attitude determines your direction. So look forward with hope and not backwards with regrets. That if it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, remember it is a learning experience. I hear people say all the time that when you start over, you're not starting fresh, but you're starting from experience. So beloved, look forward with hope and not with regret. And I want you to realize that speed doesn't matter, that forward is forward. That little progress is still progress. And what's most important is that you walk, is that those that walk with God always reach their destination. I said those that walk with God will always reach their destination. So who are you walking with? And God will never take you on a backwards journey. Now, friends, sometimes God's methods may not make sense and it may seem like what he's doing may be seeming like you're going backwards, but at the end of the process, he's going to take you further than you were before. So all I can tell you is trust God. And as we bring this introduction to a close, I just want you to know if you must look back, then make sure it's when you reflect on the goodness of God. I said, if you must look back, then make sure it's when you reflect on the goodness of God. That make sure it's when you reflect on that God made a way every time. That, beloved, I can confess that every time I was in trouble, God made a way. And, beloved, think about that next time you're in trouble. Remember that the same God is going to make a way for you this time. Same God last time, still capable this time. So, beloved, if you must look in the past, reflect on how God brought you through the last time. Reflect on the fact that God is walking with you every step of the way. That I'd rather have God walking with me than anybody else. He said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. My rod and my staff, they comfort me. So, beloved, in every triumph and in every trial, his presence was a constant companion, shaping the journey of your life with purpose and grace. That God is a constant companion with you. So friends, a forward motion. So Brandon, you're a man that has moved backwards and you've came to a halt, and now you're on a forward march. And what is the message for the audience pertaining? Well, what is your message to the audience pertaining to a forward march?
Okay, in life, everybody gonna experience different things. Everybody gonna have obstacles. Everybody gonna have their own, struggles in life. Everybody done been through something. Regardless of what you've been through, you can't let that define who you are. You can't let that consume you. Me personally, I've been incarcerated, got out, went back, got out, went back. It was like pretty much, even the people that was, rooting for you that you're gonna change, you pretty much showing them that you don't want to change. You know what I'm saying? This is what you accepted. So you can't get mad when people, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, pretty much give up on you or count you out because they just going off of your track record that you showed them. But that don't define who you are, because it don't. I'm saying that to say, no matter what you've been through in life, you still can turn that around, and you still can be that rose that grew through the concrete.
Come on.
You can't you can't let that your past mistakes define who you are. Okay, this is who I am. I'm a felon. I'm a whatever. That ain't who you are. Your mistakes can't define you. But if you start to believe in that, that's who you are, and you start to taking on that veil, that this is the person that you are, then that's when it consumes you. But that don't define you. It's on you to when you start to righting your wrongs, and really put it on your mind that you're gonna do the right thing, man. I ain't finna let these people lose me in the system, man. I wasn't born to spend the rest of my life in no cage. So it's on you to make that transition. Now, whatever point that's gonna be in a person's life, whether it is that you just get tired and you ready for a change, but everybody gonna come to a crossroad, to where either they gonna go the right way, or they gonna lean to the drugs or the bottle. And I mean, even if that's the case, and a person had went to the drugs or the bottle, that don't define you neither. So as long as you got breath in your body, and you still in your right mind, and you can change your situation. It's on you to change. Don't matter what you've been through. You could have been on the streets. You could have been in prison. You could have been through whatever. That's not your story. Don't let that be your story. Delayed don't mean denied. Regardless of who don't see the vision. Everybody around you may not see what you see, but they wasn't given that vision. You was given that vision. So even when everybody else don't see it for you, or may have given up, you can't give up on you. You gotta still keep moving. You gotta still, when opportunity presents itself, you gotta walk through these doors, because maybe another opportunity may become available, but not that same opportunity. So when you get that opportunity, you gotta go for it, because you only got one shot at this thing called life. So I mean, you can be like a lot of people that's saying, "Man, I remember when I could have did this and that." I'm telling you, I got my grandfather be talking about like a bunch of different opportunities that he could took advantage of in his younger days. And I'm talking about these opportunities was like 50 years ago. So like you can learn from anybody, even if it's what not to do. So just take advantage of all the situations, and if you have given up on yourself, don't let that be your story, because you can still make something out of yourself regardless. So that would be my message. Don't give up on yourself. It ain't never too late.
Yes, indeed. It is never too late. And if I had to say something to the people, um, I would say stop wasting time, because
Hmm.
time to a human, time is the most valuable thing we have. Time is more
Right.
important than money. Time is more important than everything than all the things that we can acquire. Time.
Hmm.
And the sooner you stop wasting time, the more of an impact you can have. The sooner
Hmm.
you stop wasting time, the more of an impact you can have. And if the enemy can get us to keep wasting time, because the enemy knows that that's our biggest concern, that's our biggest threat, time. Because you cannot have
Yeah.
money and still make an impact. You cannot have a dime to your name. You could not have a house. You could not have a car. You could not have nothing material and still make an impact. Um, I said to one of the deacons of the church, he be sick a lot. And I be telling them, I'm like, dude, just you being alive is gonna help somebody. If people know all the things you've been through, that you done died and you had all these seizures and all of that, but they don't know you used to be a crop duster. A man that a
Yeah.
man that a man that shouldn't have been in the military because he caught seizures. He was a crop duster. And God protected you while you was flying that plane. And nothing never happened to you. All the things you have been through, but you are still alive. If somebody can just know what you've been through and just look at you, you are a testament to somebody else. So you sometimes just being alive, just people looking at you will give them hope, will give them strength. And as for you, as for where you came from, You know, we had teachers back in the day that would say, "Oh, that boy ain't never gonna be nothing. That boy ain't gonna amount to nothing."
Mm-hmm.
But them same people cannot look at you in your eye, folks.
Mm-mm.
We can't give up on people. We can't give
Mm-hmm.
up on people. We this is why we all have a purpose to help somebody else. So we got to move
Mm-hmm.
forward to teach somebody else how to move forward. We got to have a steady motion to show somebody else how to, have a steady motion. And even if my motion is pulling somebody else out of the mud, some people are bogged down and they need to be pulled out. But when they see Corey Freeman, they be like, man, I remember that Joker, man. I remember where he came from, man. I remember him, man. And look at him now. And it's only by the
Yep.
grace of God that everything that we have ever became, it was only because of the grace of God. It's because of the grace of God that all of us are moving forward. It's by the grace of God that you sitting down in your truck right now. From a man who almost got lost in the system to a person that owns two 18-wheelers, to a person that
Yep.
owns his own house, to a person that has all these things going for him. I want you to speak on that.
Yeah. That it played a part in the transition. Like once I transitioned, out of a negative mind frame and you know, in that street mind frame, I applied the same energy that I put into that into positivity. So I I went and started welding, and I transitioned from that to doing a little pipe fitting, and then rigging on a crane and driving trucks to I bought me a truck and a couple of trailers and another truck. But just once it was like once I put things in motion, in a positive motion, a bunch of different other doors opened up for me to where I can, because it didn't just happen overnight. It was just from one situation to the next. Once I took on a positive mind frame and got rid of all that negativity, man, just like a whole bunch of other doors started opening up. You was able to walk through different doors that wouldn't have been available. It wouldn't have been available to me. The way I was living before and the mindset that I had before. It put me in a different room, I guess. To where I can run into these different type of opportunities, and then it just kept going from there. It just kept going from there. Like I did one thing, and then the opportunity became available to do something else, and I just took advantage of it. I never stopped, and I went back to school, for different things and stuff, and I just continued on because I'm like, I only got one life to live, so I want to maximize my efforts. But once I started moving in a positive direction, it just kept coming like that. It's just walking in positivity, a bunch of different opportunities. It just comes available. It ain't like I planned it. Well, I did started planning things once things became available to me, but it didn't happen overnight like that. Just like I say, when you walking in your purpose and doing positive things, other things become available to you. And I just took advantage of it, and it's been rolling ever since.
So one thing that you said that stuck out to me was when you made your mind up to go forward, when you made your
Hmm.
mind up to stop making bad decisions and to stop making bad choices, once you got on the road to go forward, you said doors started opening. I want to say to
Hmm.
the audience that you if we get out of a position of halt and we just start moving in the right direction, doors will open. When you start moving forward, no matter how fast or how slow it takes, doors will begin to open. Things will begin to happen. You'll find yourself being in places you never thought you would be. You find yourself knowing people you never thought you would know. You find yourself that when you walking in your purpose, you will find out, man, woo, you'll find out that just speaking from my own experience is that all right, I knew that I would preach one day, but I wasn't in a rush to make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? I thought I had other things that I wanted to accomplish first, but that's not how it played out. But when I began to walk where I knew I was supposed to be, so many doors just open. The doors just keep opening. Doors keep opening. Like every time I turn
Right.
around, another door opens. But I
Mm-hmm.
want to say, but I also want to say this to you too. That while when you are moving forward and doors open, that means a different you is required for every door that opens. So you still got to continue. When you walk in that other door, you still got to keep moving forward because every time you progress, or every time, oh, say, I pray to God, God put me, expand my territory. Well, expanding my territory comes with more studying, it comes with more affliction, it comes with more suffering, it comes with more of everything. More of one thing comes with more of something else. So when we moving forward, remember, because this is what makes people turn around. It starts to get hard. That's just part of the process. I can't move
Yeah.
forward without. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I'm moving forward, then that
Mm-hmm.
means I'm gonna go against the wind sometime. I'm gonna go against
Yeah.
waves sometimes. So you got to understand that when you start meeting resistance, that's just part of the process. Because more of anything comes with more responsibility. What do they say? To who much is given, much is required. I'm turning it back over to you,
Required.
Brandon.
Yes, sir. Um, but just once you start moving in a positive lane, doors open and they don't shut. It's just like more doors you just keep opening and keep opening and keep opening, and you start to reach in levels and heights that you never really seen yourself, in. You never would have thought you would be doing certain things, or you be, it just like everything changed. Your whole life will change. You start to just looking back on your life from where it all started to where you at, and if you take a second to sit back and appreciate that, it'll kind of amaze you at the things that you overcame, and the battles that the type of battles that you stood up against to get to where you at, and just think of the mindset from then to now, and the amount of time that you did it, and looking forward in the future to the amount of, because nobody know what kind of time they have left. But if you know that you accomplished in the last 5 years, 10 years, all that you accomplished, it gives you something to look forward to your next 5 to 10 years. How much more things that you got ahead of you to accomplish, that you will accomplish, because if to me, it's like the hard part is the hardest part is behind us at this point. So it's still gonna be battles and adversities, but I think we overcame the hardest part of it all, that transition, that mindset that we was once in. That was the battle. That was the main test there. But once you overcome that, like I say, those doors started opening, it don't close. So it gives you hope, and and something to look forward to in the future too. So I I'm excited about what the future, what's to come in the future, because we've been doing great things, and it's more great things to come. So I'm excited about that. Positivity,
Yes, indeed.
positivity.
Yes, indeed. And one thing that came to my mind was like when I talk about back in the day, what I was trying to do was, I just wanted to secure a certain type of job, like a construction job, and make good money. That's mainly what I was doing before I started preaching. Like I wasn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really wasn't going to church. I wasn't doing none of that. But I had a hunger for the Lord, and like I said, I knew I was supposed to be, preaching. But like the kind of jobs, like I still qualify. Like you wouldn't imagine some of the jobs that I can get. I don't pursue them, and maybe one day I will. But as of right now, I'm just letting it flow. But some of the jobs that I can get, people would never think that I could get those type of jobs just by walking in my purpose, just by moving forward. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I could have got a construction job, but I wouldn't have been walking in my purpose. But these type of jobs that I
Right,
qualify for now is not. I'm walking in my purpose. You understand what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
It's good paying jobs, it's good money jobs, jobs where I can take care of my family and really take my life to another level. And I didn't
Right.
have to go to I don't have to go to school. I didn't have to. You understand what I'm saying? I qualified for it
Mm-hmm.
just by being obedient to the will of God. He opened doors for me. Doors are open to me. Sometimes I apply for jobs I didn't even think I could get them. Like I actually could have got the job. I just didn't go through with it. And it was just like I'm
Right.
trying to tell the audience, when you walking in your purpose, when you moving forward in your purpose, man, I'm telling you, man, this things will happen that you will, like Brandon just said, you will be surprised, like, man. But it's good to, when I want to say, yeah, move forward, but make sure you're moving forward in something that is fulfilling. Make sure that you're moving forward in something that you are called to do. Because we can all be, we can have this job, yeah, make good money, but I'm just here, I'm just there, I'm not wasting time. We all need to be doing something that that empowers us to empower other people, to show other people, to help other people. So they say, if you how does that saying go? That if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And I look
It's
at it
true.
like I look at it like that right now. Like, you know, I don't like pastoring. I don't look at that as a job. I look at it as it's something that I love to do. It's I can't describe it to you. You understand what I'm saying? I understand. I
Mm-hmm.
believe what you're doing right now. It's just something that you love to do. I just I bro, I can't even get the words out, because what I'm telling you is, like, when you step in the right tracks, when you stepping in your
Mm-hmm.
tracks, when you following the will of God, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it ain't nothing like that, bro. It ain't nothing like that, especially when you're moving forward. And like I said, you can't move forward by looking backwards. You can't have no regrets. Hey, I missed out on the
It's
opportunity. Hey, other doors are gonna open. That's how we got to live our
yeah.
life. Other doors are going to open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I missed out on this opportunity, but they're going to have some better opportunities for me. So no
Mm-hmm.
matter what happens in our life, you got to have a steady forward motion. I'm moving onward. I'm
Mm-hmm.
progressing onward. I'm advancing onward. No matter what happens in our life, we have to have a progressive mindset, a mindset that is advancing, that I'm not going to stop. That even if I'm moving slow, even if I can barely walk, even if I can barely talk, as long as I got breath in my body, I got to keep moving forward. So this is the purpose. This was the
Mm-hmm.
point of us doing this podcast, just to tell the people that we got to keep moving forward. Don't matter if you're going slow. Don't matter if you're going slow. Don't matter if somebody driving 40 miles per hour in a 75 mile per hour speed zone. They still moving forward. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
your car has a reverse setting on it, but it was only to reverse in certain situations. But the objective is
Mm-hmm.
to go forward. That's what the objective for your car is. You don't see there's nobody on the highway that's just driving backwards. Everybody's
Yep.
moving forward. On another podcast, we talked about the rearview mirror. The rearview mirror is that big, but your front
Yeah.
windshield is big. If your
It's true.
rearview mirror was that big, you couldn't even see to go forward.
Mm-mm. That's true. That's true.
So Brandon, we're gonna give you the final words.
Um, I'm gonna say this: no matter what you've been through in life, no matter how much you feel like the deck is stacked against you, as long as you still living and you still breathing, you can overcome it, and you will overcome it. You just have to change your mind and really get serious about change. You got to be serious though. You got to be tired. You got to reach your breaking point, whatever that is. Some people breaking point, they just tired of going through the same thing. Some people breaking point is seeing the way that they lifestyle is affecting their children. Whatever your breaking point is, once you reach that point to where you tired and it's time to do something about it, I don't care if your past was drugs, alcohol, any type of street business, any type of um negative mindset, regardless of what it is. But once you reach that breaking point, it's time to do something about it. I don't care what it is, what you've been through. Start moving forward and watch how them doors start opening up for you. Start making a change in your life, starting with your mindset, and with the conversation that you take in, the stuff that you looking at. If you were looking at YouTube and stuff, just go and look at the stuff that you looking at. If it ain't positive, it's negativity, a whole bunch of foolishness and stuff like that. Cut that out. Change your mindset and what you taking in. Whatever that you want to do with your life, start looking into things like that, and watch how your life change for you. you start looking at the positive thing, what you want to do with yourself, and start looking at things like that and listening to things like that, and watch how things start changing, how people start coming into your life with different opportunities that you would have never thought that you can have these type of opportunities, but it's because of the way you change your mindset, the type of company you started keeping, that certain people started coming into your life for that purpose. Then you start to thinking, looking back, people came into your life for the purpose of helping you because you decided to help you. So start to moving forward with your mindset, with the company you keep, the things that you entertain on a day-to-day basis, conversation that you start having, and watch how your circle change. Watch how people start coming into your life, and it look like they just came into your life for the purpose of helping you. Because some of the time you may not have anything that's beneficial to them as far as anything, conversation or whatever, and you like, man, how did these people come into my life? Because it's really nothing that I can really relate to these people on, but they came into my life, and it seemed like they came into my life for the purpose of changing me because I
Hmm.
decided to change. So
Hmm.
when you start to change in your life and start to moving forward, watch how things around you change. Watch how people change. Watch how your circle change. Watch how these doors start to opening up. And once they start opening, as long as you're doing the right thing and marching forward, they don't close. More doors start opening. More doors start open. And when these doors open and you walk through it, don't shut that door behind you. Leave that door open because some more people coming behind you too. And that's how we start to changing things. It- It's,
Woo.
it's, it's, it's real. You walk through them
That was
doors, leave them open.
that's good, man. That
People
that was
coming.
good. That was good. That was
So,
good. That was good. That was good, man. That was good, man.
so
I'm,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna say
leave
this.
y'all with that.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be quiet. Like my phone ring for me to preach in some places that I never thought that I would. Like some of the venues and some of the places I preached, I've never thought that I would preach in some of the places. Like my phone rung Saturday for me to preach somewhere in December. I preached there before, but to say that I was asked to preach there again, like I've preached all over the state of Louisiana, and it. I never made it out of the state yet, and I know that's in the door for me too. So what I'm trying to say is, like you say, like
Mhm,
I can say my daddy opened the door,
mhm,
and he left the door open behind him,
mhm,
and I walked through the same doors. So
mhm.
uh, I'm done, man.
Man,
All I'm saying
man,
is, man,
what's happening?
I've done some things in the past 3 years that I was like, man, I never thought. I knew I'd preach. I just didn't know. And I'm glad I didn't wait till I was 53. Who's to say that we're gonna live that long?
You're right.
So I'm glad
True.
that I'm I'm just I'm just glad, bro. So, man, we appreciate you for coming back on the Corey Freeman Podcast. Nobody has made as many appearances as you have made on the Corey Freeman Podcast. We still do the audio podcast, but back whenever we was doing audio, nobody has made as many appearances. In fact, the next time you make an appearance, remind me to say how many times you've been on the Corey Freeman Podcast. I would say it's been about 11 times. So we appreciate you for being a contributor. We appreciate you for jumping on. We appreciate you for always being willing. I thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure, my brother. Thank you for having me. I appreciate everything. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, indeed. So we don't want to hold you too long. I know you just got off work. I know you got a family that you got to go see about. So I appreciate you for taking time out for little old Corey Freeman. So the Corey Freeman is powered by this Corey Freeman podcast is powered by StreamYard. And I believe StreamYard is a good platform for anybody that's looking to record podcasts to stream. And I ain't talking about nothing foolish, but I believe StreamYard is a good platform. So anybody that's thinking about starting a podcast where you want to be seen, give StreamYard a try. So this is Corey Freeman and Brandon DeVille, aka Babz, and we signing off.